evening. You are watching the news from the Sultanate of Oman television. First, the headlines. His Majesty Sultan Qaboos issues four royal decrees. Greetings and best wishes of His Majesty Sultan Qaboos to the custodian of the two holy mosques are conveyed by His Excellency, the Minister of Interior. And more than 500,000 titles, 35% of them are new editions, will be launched at the Muscat International Book Fair on the 20th of the current month. Those were the headlines. Now for the news in detail. His Majesty Sultan Qaboos has issued 4 royal decrees. Royal Decree number 18/2019 promulgates the Commercial Companies Law after presenting the same before the Council of Oman. Article 1. The Commercial Companies Law attached to this decree shall be enforced. Article 2. The Minister of Commerce and Industry and the Chairman of Capital Market Authority, each according to his powers and prerogatives, shall issue regulations for implementing the provisions this law within a period not more than 1 year from its date of enforcement, and that they shall also issue the decisions necessary for the implementations of the provisions of this law. Till such decisions are issued, the current regulations and decisions shall continue to be applied without prejudice to the provisions of this new law. Article 3. The existing commercial companies, as at the date of enforcement of this law, shall rectify their status within 1 year from the date of implementation of this law. Article 4. The Commercial Companies Law promulgated under Royal Decree number 4/74 shall be cancelled, and so shall all that contravenes this new law or contradicts with its provisions. Article 5. This decree shall be published in the Official Gazette and come into effect after 60 days from the date of its publishing. Royal Decree number 19/2019 promulgates the Mineral Resources Law after presenting the same before the Council of Oman. Article 1. The Mineral Resources Law attached to this decree shall be enforced. Article 2. The Council shall issue the executive regulations of this law within a period of not more than 1 year from the date of its issue. The Council shall also issue the decisions necessary for the implementation of its provisions. Till then, the current regulations and decisions shall continue to be enforced without prejudice to the provisions of this law. Article 3. The exploitation agreements and licenses signed before the enforcement of this law shall continue to be implemented, and that those agreements and licenses shall be renewed in accordance with the provisions of this law. The adjudication of the license applications presented before the enforcement of this law shall be in accordance with the procedures stated in this law. Article 4. The mining law promulgated under Royal Decree number 27/2003 shall be cancelled, and so shall that all contravenes with this law or contradicts with its provision. Article 5. This decree shall be published in the Official Gazette and come into force on the day following the passing of 30 days after its date of publication. Royal Decree number 20/2019 promulgates the Marine Life Wealth Resources Law. Article 1. The Marine Life Law attached to this decree shall be enforced. Article 2. The Minister of Agriculture and Fisheries Wealth shall issue the executive regulations for implementing the provisions of this law within a period not more than 1 year from its date of issue. The Minister shall also issue the decisions necessary for the enforcement of provisions of this law. Till then, the current regulations and decisions shall continue to be implemented without prejudice to the provisions of this law. Article 3. cancels the law on maritime fishing and marine life protection promulgated under Royal Decree number 53/81, and so shall all that contravenes this law or contradicts with its provisions. Article 4. This decree shall be published in the official gazette and come into effect after 90 days from the date of its publication. Royal Decree number 21/2019 amends some provisions of Royal Decree number 2/93 on the establishment of the Royal Omani Amateur Radio Society. Article 1 replaces the text of Article 6 of Royal Decree number 2/93 with the following text. The Minister of Transport and Communications shall issue the Articles of Association of the Royal Omani Amateur Radio Society, as well as the decisions necessary for the implementation of this decree, till such a time the current regulations and decisions shall continue to be enforced without prejudice to the provisions of this decree. Article 2 cancels the text of Article 4 of Royal Decree number 2/93 and the Articles of Association attached to Royal Decree number 2/93, as well as all that contravenes with this decree or contradicts with its provisions. Article 3. This decree shall be published in the official gazette and come into effect from the date of its issue. Greetings and best wishes of His Majesty Sultan Qaboos to the custodian of the two holy mosques, King Salman bin Abdulaziz Al Saud of the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, of good health and welfare, and for Saudi people of further progress and prosperity, are conveyed by His Excellency Sayyid Ahmed bin Faisal Al Busaidi, Minister of Interior, when he was given an audience by the custodian of the two holy mosques in the Royal Diwan today. The custodian of the two holy mosques asked His Excellency the Minister of the Interior to convey greetings and best wishes to His Majesty the Sultan of constant health and welfare, and for Omani people further progress and prosperity. During the meeting, both sides reviewed bilateral relations on importance of security cooperation between brotherly countries. It was attended by His Excellency Dr. Sayyid bin Ahmed bin Hilal Busaidi, Sultanate's ambassador to the kingdom, His Excellency Engineer Khalid bin Hilal Al Busaidi, Under Secretary of the Ministry of the Interior, and Major General Hamad bin Sulaiman Al Hatmi, Assistant Inspector General for Police and Customs for Operations. It was also attended by His Royal Highness Prince Abdulaziz bin Saud bin Naif, Minister of Interior, His Excellency Minister of State, Member of Council of Ministers, Dr. Musaad bin Muhammad Al Ayban, and His Excellency Foreign Minister Dr. Ibrahim bin Abdulaziz Al Assaf. Highest border authorities meeting between the Sultanate and the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia was held today at the capital city of Riyadh. The Omani side was chaired by His Excellency Sayyid Ahmed bin Faisal Al Busaidi, Minister of the Interior, while the Saudi side was chaired by His Royal Highness Prince Abdulaziz bin Saud bin Naif, Minister of Interior. The meeting was attended by His Excellency Sayyid Dr. Ahmed bin Hilal Al Busaidi, Sultanate Ambassador to the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, His Excellency Engineer Khalid bin Hilal Al Busaidi, Under Secretary of the Ministry of Interior, His Excellency Muhammad bin Yusuf Al Zarafi, Under Secretary of the Foreign Ministry for Administrative and Financial Affairs, Major General Hamad bin Sulaiman Al Hatmi, Assistant Inspector General of Police and Customs for Operations, His Excellency Abdullah bin Aqil Al Ibrahim, Advisor at the Office of the Minister of State and Governor of Dhofar, acting the affairs of the Deputy Governor of Dhofar, His Excellency Sheikh Saif bin Hmayr Al Shihi, Governor of Dhahira, and a number of senior officials at the Ministry of Defense, Ministry of Interior, Ministry of Legal Affairs, and Royal Oman Police. The Royal Army of Oman concluded its participation at the Omani-UAE Joint Military Drill Cooperation 2, which was held at the United Arab Emirates. The Royal Army of Oman was represented by Desert Battalion, with the Infantry Brigade 23 with UAE Ground Forces represented and the 32nd Battalion affiliated to Zaid 1st Brigade. The conclusion of the drill included a ground and air attack by the ground forces with the support of UAE Air Force to destroy enemy targets. The activities of the drill were attended from the Omani side by Major General Matar bin Salim al-Blushi, Commander of Royal Army of Oman, while from the Emirates side it was attended by Major General Saleh Mohammed Saleh al-Amri, Commander of Ground Forces at the United Arab Emirates. Royal Navy of Oman RNO implemented Sharp Dagger naval drill at the Sea of Oman with the participation of Marine forces from the United States, United Kingdom and France. The drill comes within the framework of RNO's annual training plans, besides exchanging experience with friendly countries to sustain the readiness levels of the RNO's fleet and personnel in line with their national tasks. The drill began when the participating ships left Saeed bin Sultan Naval Base from mid-sea, where it's being implanted according to outlined plans. The drill aims to test efficiency of devices inside the ships and train on dealing with naval mines. Royal Navy of Oman concluded its participation at the International Marine Exercise Aman 19. The Sultanate participates at this exercise with the Royal Navy of Oman ship Al-Rahmani. The Sultanate participates at this event along with 46 countries. The activities included shooting with live ammunition, refueling process between ships, maritime formations, and the exchange between ships' crew. Air Force of Pakistan, with the participation of aircrafts from other countries, conducted a parade for tactical transport aircrafts and helicopters. The conclusion ceremony was presided over by His Excellency Dr. Arif Alawi, President of Pakistan. Still to come on News Bulletin. The Sultanate, along with other countries in the world, celebrate Radio World Day. Welcome back to the news from the Sultanate of Oman television. The 24th session of Muscat International Book Fair, which will start on February 20th and continue until March the 2nd, with more than 500,000 titles, 35% of them are new editions. His Excellency Dr. Abdelmenem bin Mansour Al-Hsani, Minister of Information, Chairman of the Muscat International Book Fair Committee, held a press conference at Oman International Convention and Exhibition Center to highlight activities of the book fair. The Information Minister discussed details of the book fair, the participating countries, the publishing houses that will attend, the programs and events that will accompany it, the family and child activities, as well as the community initiatives competition that will accompany the exhibition. The Governorate of Al-Buraimi will be the chief guest of the exhibition and will implement culture and intellectual program during the days of the exhibition. The Sultanate hosted a specialized meeting for members of Prague Club for discussing the impact of export credit agencies on the economy and society, More details on the following report by Saleh bin Khalfan al-Rahbi.
The impact of export credit agencies on the economy and society, and the indirect effects of Basel laws on export credit agencies and insurance providers topped the discussions of the specialized meeting of the members of the Prague Club Committee, which is hosted by the Sultanate, represented by the Export Credit Guarantee Agency, Credit Oman.
Credit Oman is hosting the first Prague Club Committee meeting today after the merger that took place between the Prague Club and the Bern Union in 2016. The main objectives of the meeting today is to highlight the performance of the ECAs, the national ECAs, as well as exchange information and exchange ideas, as well as practices and experiences on claims and recoveries, as well as buyer details in the area.
The meeting also reviewed key performance indicators for export credit agencies and credit risks in the Middle East, and claims and refunds from a regional perspective.
In Oman, in beautiful Muscat, we've got a conference with main objective to highlight all experience that we have in the field of credit insurance, and more specifically, we want to see how to measure our impact on society and economic development.
The meeting of the Prague Club Committee includes 38 members from different countries, representing national, private, and multilateral export credit agencies. The Prague Club is working on exchanging experiences and finding integrated solutions to support emerging institutions and companies in the areas of credit guarantee and provide them with information and training. For the Sultanate of Oman Television, Saleh bin Khalfan al-Rahbi, Muscat.
The Gulf Committee for Tobacco Combating stressed in Muscat the need to work as a unified Gulf system to formulate laws and measures to combat tobacco. The meeting called upon all Gulf countries to join protocol on elimination of illegal trade of tobacco products and raise taxes on them. Experts and decision makers from various Gulf countries discussed during the meeting the latest development in this field. They called for the need to disseminate awareness among all segments of the society on the health risks and diseases of smoking. Latest statistics show that tobacco products cost the life of around 6 million people around the globe. The third national competition for debates concluded in Sultan Qaboos University. The first position went for 15-year-old girl student in the debate at the Governorate of Dakhiliya level, where she came to participate in the final evaluation of the third national competition for debates, which was organized by National Youth Commission in cooperation with the Ministry of Sports Affairs, Ministry of Education, Ministry of Higher Education, and Ministry of Manpower. The national competition for students' debates considered as cultural activity in analyzing cases and thoughts, in addition to form an idea based on arguments and evidence. The Sultanate joined the world in celebrating Radio World Day, which falls on the 13th of February every year, coinciding with the anniversary of inaugurating the United Nations Radio at 1946. The Sultanate celebrates this day with more than 10 radio channels, presented a number of programs and topics in many languages, seeking to satisfy their audience. The Public Authority for Radio and Television broadcasted various programs through 5 radio channels. The total hours of the governmental broadcasting in 2018 reached 41,975 hours in cultural entertainment, development and artistic topics besides children's sport and youth programs. The private sector plays a major role in radio field by launching a number of channels in both Arabic and English languages. The radio space of the Sultanate also hosted a number of international radio channels. The Sultanate's total crude oil and condensate production during January 2019 stood at more than 30.7 million barrels a daily average by more than 970,000 barrels. The total quantities of crude oil exported abroad during January 2019 stood at 23.321 million barrels, a daily average of 752,000 barrels. The report said that the imported quantities of the Omani crude oil by China continued declining compared to December 2018 by 8.4% to stand at 78.83%. Yet it still tops the list of the Omani crude oil importers. The import quantities by India also declined this month by 5.61%. The imported quantities by Japan rose at 1.35%. The average price of West Texas crude grade in New York stood at $51.76 per barrel, comprising a rise by $2.39 compared to the trading of December 2018. The trading of Oman crude oil future contract rose by 3.5% compared with the last month. The Ministry of Housing issued a decision to reform Technical Committee of Implementation of the Interim Planning Mechanism. The decision stated on forming a technical committee from the Ministry of Housing and concerned governmental bodies to implement interim mechanisms while approving urban schemes and schematic pockets, in addition to the final response and requests of changing uses and heights, development of land pieces, taking into consideration legal aspects and social and economic effects besides suggestion, suitable amendments in the interim mechanism responding to national changes and orientations. In order to provide information technology services and enhance security services for various public and private establishments that included a 24 cybersecurity service, Oman Data Park Company launched Cybersecurity Center. It will work to enhance the company's security activities and be prepared for the fourth industrial revolution. A host of Omani qualified cadres will operate the center. It will also spread awareness and provide training activities in the field of cybersecurity for various establishments in the Sultanate. The launching ceremony was presided over by His Excellency Ahmed bin Mohammed Liftisi, Minister of Transport and Telecommunications. Security and safety procedures are of a great priority that should be taken into consideration in designing and building modern buildings and high towers. This was highlighted by a seminar on integrated management of security and fire. These procedures require some engineering works that take into account security and fire prevention in cities and other aspects. The seminar discussed latest technologies in order to limit fire accidents, which cost lives of many people due to lacking of awareness and safety measures in this field. The Public Authority for Civil Defense and Ambulance conducted a joint exercise along with the Ministry of Education. It came within the keenness to raise preparedness and achieve instant response for any emergency cases. It is also a part of an endeavor to unify efforts to measure preparedness to deal with emergency cases. The exercise was conducted in the ministry's building in the Wilayat of Sib and involved several scenarios of emergency cases, including fire erupted in the fourth floor of a building and the collapse of part of a building with people inside. Sipak IC Oman refinery for the production of sipacic acid has entered the production stage after the successful completion of the preliminary test during the last 3 months. The refinery is the first industrial project in the heavy industry zone to operate in the special economic zone in Duqm CZ. The refinery is the first of its kind in the Middle East for the production of sipacic acid extracted from castor oil and used in many chemicals, plastics, and pharmaceutical industries, as well as a feedstock in the manufacture of disinfectants, paints, and perfumes. Sipacic Oman refinery is a joint venture between investors from the Sultanate and India. The cost of the first phase of the project is 24 million Omani riyals. From ship to shore to your plate. At Zao restaurant, you don't sing for your supper, you fish for it. Here is a report.
From ship to shore to your plate. At Zao restaurant, you don't sing for your supper, you fish for it. But reservations are hard to come by at this New York branch of a Japanese chain that opened last fall. 3 tanks are stocked with fish ranging from $38 rainbow trout to $168 for a lobster imported from Japan. Diners don a poncho, grab a rod, then fish. They choose how they want their catch cooked, grilled, deep-fried tempura style, or simmered in soy sauce. College student Donovan Chase from Albuquerque, New Mexico, snagged a $45 striped bass.
It's a lot of fun. I go fishing a lot when I'm back home, but I never catch anything, so it's nice to actually get a fish when I go fishing.
After an Instagram moment, waiters celebrate each catch by beating the taiko drums. Fiona Fong, owner of an active wear line in New York, also appreciated. Fong feasted on the rainbow trout she caught.
It was a cute way to, get the atmosphere going, so I like that.
Zao president Takoya Takahashi says constructing the huge restaurant was plagued by delays. His company sank nearly $3 million to build this multi-tiered 134-seat restaurant. Come March, he plans to convert parts of the 3rd floor into a sushi restaurant and a room for private parties. Zao has already lured inquirers for domestic franchises, but it's focusing for now on growing this one Manhattan eatery where it has no peers.
This is the Sultanate of Oman television. Before we end tonight's news bulletin, here are the main points once again. His Majesty Sultan Qaboos issues 4 royal decrees. Greetings and best wishes of His Majesty Sultan Qaboos to the custodian of the 2 holy mosques are conveyed by His Excellency the Minister of Interior. And more than 500,000 titles, 35% of them are new editions, will be launched at the Muscat International Book Fair on the 20th of the current month. With that, we come to the end of tonight's news bulletin. From all of us here at the newsroom and the studios, thank you for watching and have a great night.